There are two international assessments. PISA, Program for International Student Assessment, and TIMSS, Trends in International Mathematics and Science Studies. Now look at this. This first question is a PISA question. It asks students how would they measure the perimeter of these three different shapes. Note, there's no multiple choice questions here. The students have to write their response. We call that a constructed response, or an open-ended kind of question. Now, the question here on TIMSS is ABCD, your average multiple choice. But let's go a little more deeply. To measure these perimeters, the answer they're looking for is that you would use a string, or something similar, and trace out the shapes, and then put the string flat and measure it with a yardstick or ruler or something like that. Challenging question. Look at this question, though. What's the ratio of a side of a square to its perimeter? A, B, C, or D? Pretty obviously D. Now, what's important to understand is that these tests are really measuring different things, seemingly both about math, but in fact, this is a test much more about factual recall of memorized content knowledge. You have to know what a square is. This is a test that asks you to apply knowledge of math to a new question or new problem you've never seen before. I wanted to learn more about the differences between the PISA test, the TIMSS test, and our own American test called NAEP, also known as the Nation's Report Card. So I had an incredible opportunity to interview Roger Bybee, who was in Finland with me on my trip. Now, Roger, it turns out, is an international expert on science education and actually helped develop the 2006 PISA science test. Roger, you have 40 years of experience in science education and increasingly are known as an international expert on science education. Can you briefly describe the differences among those three tests?
TIMSS and NAEP are similar in that they're both curriculum-based, seeing what the standard, the ordinary common curriculum in the country would be, and then designing an assessment to see how well the students have attained to have learned what is in the curriculum. PISA, on the other hand, is an assessment that really tries to take a literacy approach. That is, not just the content one learns from the curriculum, but how well you can apply that content in life situations, in everyday use of the knowledge and the abilities that one has.
Which test do you think tells us the most about our young people's abilities to sort of go out in the world and to innovate and add value in the workplace?
Well, for me, it's clearly PISA.